Every new speaker design starts the same way. A blank page, a few rough sketches, and a head full of ideas. Before there's a mold or any concrete to mix and pour, or even a CAD file, it just starts with an imagination. Today I want to take you behind the scenes and show you how I approach design, where my ideas come from, how I shape them, and what kind of goes through my head before anything ever touches concrete. Welcome to Timber West Design, where creative ideas meet smart design for everyday living. I get inspiration from a lot of places. Sometimes it's architecture, clean lines, modern symmetry. Sometimes it's nature, like a stone polished smooth by water or a seashell that spirals effortlessly. Sometimes I just look at what others have done in the speaker space and then just merge the different ideas that I like from each one. I'll take a picture, make a quick note. Sometimes I just let this shape sit in the back of my mind. I'm not really copying what I'm seeing, I'm kind of chasing the feeling that it gives me. I have to ask myself, do I want the next design to feel calm and balanced, or kind of more bold and sculptural, organic, like something you'd see in a riverbed, or engineered, something that maybe would fit in a design studio? The emotional goal always comes first. The technical part, that can wait. Once I have an idea, I open up my sketchbook or my iPad and just start exploring. Most sketches really never go anywhere, but they help me find what feels right. At that point, I'll move into CAD. This is where things really come alive. I really start with big loose arcs, smooth transitions, kind of experimenting with proportions. Then I'll sketch some curves, shrink the form a little bit, tilt the plane just to see how it's going to look that way. At this point, it's not really about the numbers or the driver placement. It's about the rhythm. Every curve should feel like it belongs, like the design grew naturally rather than being forced. Some designs come together fairly quickly, others can take days or even weeks of tweaking. But there's always a moment when it really just clicks. The silhouette feels balanced and the shape just works. That's when I know I'm ready to start thinking about the sound. Designing in CAD is really my happy place. It's one of those situations that time really flies when you get in a design groove. Now comes the part where we separate art from acoustics. A speaker really isn't something you just look at, it's something you'll listen to. So while the outside is important and all about the emotion and the flow of the design, the inside really has to still obey physics. Now is when I start thinking about the internal volume of the cavity, the wall thickness of the housing, and where the drivers are going to go. I really want the shape to help the sound, not fight it. That's really the challenge in design, keeping the artistic flow on the outside while creating the right internal space for the audio to breathe. In some ways, it's kind of like composing music. There's structure and rules, but there's also room for creativity and interpretation. If I can make those two sides meet in harmony, then that's a successful design. I want to thank this week's sponsor, Pale Blue Batteries. You know, I like nice high-end flashlights, and you know what powers my flashlights? Pale Blue rechargeable batteries. What I like about them is I can take a power bank on the go. There's a USB-C port right on the battery. I can plug it in, charge on the go. Pale Blue batteries, they're awesome. Every project leaves me with lessons I've learned. Each time I pour concrete, sand some primer, or wire up a speaker, I learned something I could not have predicted in CAD. That experience feeds directly into the next design, even if that design hasn't been revealed yet. My design isn't really about chasing perfection, it's about chasing progress. Once the overall design feels right, I start thinking about materials, what colors I'm going to paint it. Concrete's this fascinating medium because it really has some personality. A rough, matte surface kind of feels grounded and natural, like a stone pulled from the earth. A polished surface reflects light that really changes throughout the day. You can paint it, you can tint it, texture it, you can even wax it. Each choice really changes how the piece feels. The finish should also match the design's mood. If the shape feels kind of soft and organic, I'll go for maybe a different look. If it goes bold and architectural, then it might have a completely different look as well. The final touch really brings the design full circle, from my idea in my head to something tactile and real. When I design speakers, it's really not in a straight line. It's more like a loop. You have inspiration, experimentation, mistakes, and then breakthroughs all feeding into each other. For me, it's really not about creating just another product. It's about expressing something. It's like turning sound into sculpture and concrete into emotion. Every new piece starts with the same question, what if? And that's what keeps me coming back. Thanks for watching. If you like to watch my build videos, you gotta make sure and subscribe because I have some fun stuff coming up soon. If you want to download digital files and print your own, go to my website at timberwestdesign.com. We'll see you next time, and always remember, creativity is just a 3D print away.